Welcome to the Trevor Files. Thank you for coming into my cabin for this experience. Hope it's cozy. Hope it's nice and cozy. Got the fire going in the back. It's a chill night out there in the woods of Venus, Oregon. Hello. My name is Trover. We're going to take a deep dive into my review of The Strangers Chapter 1. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. And we're going to talk about the plot. We're going to talk about what happens. Remember that this is strictly my opinion, and if you disagree with my opinion of the movie or disagree with something that I say in the movie, then please leave it in the comment below so I can cry myself to sleep. And if you agree with my review of the movie and you want to see me do more movies or a movie that you specifically want me to review, leave it in the comment down below so I can cry myself to sleep. But tears of joy, I digress. Tears of joy, not tears of sadness, tears of joy. But before we get into the movie review, I want to talk about what this channel is. This channel is a second channel that I've always kind of wanted to do in the background of my COD stuff. And if any of my friends that are watching this, they know me very well. I love movies. Marvel movies, horror movies. There's a lot of horror movies I've never seen. So I want to do something that gets me to watch more movies and also lets me talk about them that isn't my family because they don't care about certain movies. So this is the Trover Files. There will be a new background every episode. The green screen is shit. I understand that. We're still in a work in progress channel, but we'll get there. The background will change. My clothing will change. Facial hair will change. Everything will change. For this first episode, we're going to do The Strangers Chapter 1, simply for it is the most recent horror movie that I have watched. And again, I do specifically horror movies. I will go off, maybe do a Marvel movie every now and again, but mainly horror. The next horror movie I want to watch is In a Violent Nature. It's through the perspective of the killer, which is pretty weird. On to the review of Strangers Chapter 1. First, before I get into what the plot of the movie is, I want to say this. I have never seen the first two Strangers movies, that being Strangers and Strangers Prey at Night. I've never seen them. But I knew I had a general idea going into this movie what the plot was going to be. The Strangers Chapter 1 has a weird subplot to me of why did they bring this in? It doesn't make that big of a deal. It's weird character development that never really goes anywhere. And it's kind of another way of getting blah 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 out of the house so creepy stuff can happen. But overall, the movie was good. I went and saw it with my buddy James. It was great. I would love to go see it again. When it comes out on streaming, I'm going to watch it again and probably do a re-review of it, this time with notes, so I know what I'm talking about. But without further ado, let's get into the spoiler section. The movie opens up pretty good. I mean, it kind of opens up with a dude just running in the woods. He's barefoot in a suit, kind of weird, and I was like, But it's in the daytime. Not most of this movie, like 100% of this movie, after the first like maybe 10, 20 minutes, takes place at night. So this opening shot's kind of weird with the sunlight. I don't remember who this guy's name was, but you later see him on a Lost poster in the diner that we will come to meet the people of. So we see this man dive to Baghead, Dollface, and I can't remember what the other one's called. But I know that's their names. It's Bagface or Baghead, Dollface, and then I can't remember what the other ones were, or the other killer was. So they, obviously catch up to the guy, it cuts right, like it goes behind the shot. The camera goes behind a tree right before you see his head get decapitated. Jesus. Right as soon as you see that, we cut to the main characters, Ryan and Maya. We cut to them, and they're on a road trip from, I think, Chicago, but they're on a road trip. She has a job opportunity in Washington. She's excited. She's ecstatic, and she's played by, as everybody that my generation would know, she's the rich girl from Riverdale. Don't remember her name, but she's in that. So she's kind of riding the popularity off of that to get into this movie. And she did fantastic in this movie. I thought her character was great. Kind of dumb at times, but character was good. Ryan, however, I have never seen this man in anything else other than this. I didn't even take the time to put their names into my phone. So look it up. I'm sorry. This is not professional. Work in progress. We'll get better. But no, they're going, and couples, they're hungry. So they're like, oh, little burger place. Kind of up here off the road. Like, let's, go there. So they, pull off, and, quick little makeout sesh happens. And then quick makeout session happens, and they're now about to get head-on collision with a truck. Now, pause. When you see this movie, you're going to go, oh, okay, so now I know what he's talking about. But let me tell you this. The shot, or the way that this truck just appears and is like going to hit them is insane. Because it looks like, from Ryan's perspective at least, the truck veered into them. They did not veer into the truck. But it was Ryan's fault, I guess, because he was, nomming at his girlfriend's mouth. So they almost get into a head-on collision. Ryan then has an asthma attack. Now, this is the dumbest subplot or character development, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever seen in a movie. He has the dumbest thing ever. He has asthma, right? Has asthma. You're thinking that's going to be a bigger thing in the movie. It's not. It's really not. I think there's two other occasions where his asthma comes into play with the movie. It's kind of weird. I was kind of like, why show that he has asthma if you're not going to have him like running through the woods and be like, I can't run now. Like, no. It's kind of dumb, but like I said, it gives us a reason for Ryan to not be in the house when the strangers actually come. So they stop in Venus, Oregon. I did not look it up if that's a real place. If it is, shout out to Venus. If it's not, shout out to Venus. They stop at this little diner. Instantly when they get into town, they're driving this sweet, I think it's a BMW, but this sweet all-electric BMW, or not, it's not all-electric, but it's a BMW. Nice car. They stop at the diner. Maya is vegan. Boom. Outsider. Already. Off rip. Outsider. You're an outsider. You're vegan in a small town where everybody looks at you and then little kids look like Jehovah's Witnesses. So they go in, grab a bite to eat. They meet another couple. Lovers. Well, they've been together 5 years. Ryan and Maya has. Not engaged. Going on 6 years. Not engaged. The couple have been together for 5 months and they're married. What? That was a weird one. What is that? But I digress. Plot. So they go out, they get done eating, whatever. They go out to their car. Their truck's fucking broke down. Or, not truck, their SUV's broke down. Something happened to it. You never understand why. You never know why. Rudy is the mechanic that is across the street that was staring at them as they came into town. Pretty much everybody that you're about to meet was staring at them when they came into town. But as they're pulling in, they see Rudy and another guy staring at him the entire time. Ryan doesn't want his help. Ryan just wants to fix it himself and get out of there, which is understandable. You're in a small town. You're going from Chicago to Washington, very big trip. You're also nervous because you don't know if you're going to move with your girlfriend or not. So I understand his weirdness to be kind of hesitant for help. But Rudy digress. They stay the night. Well, they give Rudy the car, and they stay the night at this Airbnb that pretty much every single tourist rents out because, you know, and it's this like dude's hunting cabin. It's got like a chicken coop, a little shed house thing, whatever. So they get dropped off. They're there. There's no TV. There's a record player. But they get dropped off and nothing really happens, honestly. It's just kind of like talking, seeing what's up, blah, blah, blah. Then they make out, start fucking, and then it happens. Banging on the door. Like, this bitch is an aggressive, like, knocker, dude. Like, I wouldn't have said who's there. I would have opened the door and, like, lunged. They open up the door. Is Tamara here? No. Just, then nothing. Just stare. Then they run off into the wind. And then they stop at the end of the driveway and just stare at Ryan, and Ryan takes note of that. I did too, because I thought it was weird. Because all the other previews I've seen for the Strangers movies, they don't stop. They kind of just disappear off screen and that's it. It doesn't show them stopping. But they stop at the driveway, at the end of the driveway, staring at Ryan. Ryan says something, gone. Well, after we get back to hanky panky time, we then get hungry. You know, you get hungry. So Ryan decides, oh no, it gets a little heated for Ryan. Sorry. Let me scoot back a little bit. Gets a little heated for Ryan. Ryan's starting to have an asthma attack. Mind you, this is only the second time he's had an asthma attack this whole movie. He's having an asthma attack. He left his inhaler in the car. So, he goes, gets his inhaler. Rudy's pissed. He about beats his ass. But while he's gone getting his inhaler, he gets food, but while he's out, Maya's at home, or at the Airbnb. Maya is just sitting there at the Airbnb, smoking weed, listening to music, But then weird stuff starts happening. Knocking at the door, scratching, bagman standing behind her while she plays the piano. Or no, he's not standing behind her. He's sitting in a rocking chair behind her while she's playing the piano. That scared me. I'll say that. That terrified me. She takes a shower, okay? Takes a shower. This shower's not big. So this scene is kind of like, holy crap, how did he do that? So she's taking a shower and the scene plays out. She washes her hair. She gets like soap in her hair and she does the whole like dip down so she's off camera. There he is just staring at her. Baghead, just staring at her. She pops back up, pops back down. He's gone. Now, I don't know about you, but that dude, like, she went down like boop, boop. Like, she was down and up. Where did she go? Or where did he go? Like, he's that fast? That's crazy. But they're fucking with her. They're, playing with her baby. They're toying with their food. I should say, toying with their food. But, so, toying with her food, fucking with her, knocking shit over, taking stuff. Well, Ryan gets back after she had seen Dollface, I think is her name. Dollface just in a room because they shut off the power. Dollface is just in the room. And that got me. That scared me a little bit. So she runs and she's sitting in a closet with her phone and just, the usual like mouth over, like hand over mouth, tall, like not breathing, blah, blah, blah. Then Ryan gets there. What the fuck are you doing in the closet, babe? What are you doing? So Ryan goes, or Ryan brings her food, which by the way was in a unlabeled. The fries that he gets from this burger place are in an unmarked McDonald's box. I'm a fat kid. I know what a McDonald's fry package looks like. Okay, so he does that. Gets the, gets the burgers. Whatever. Gets the burgers. Eating them. Just eating them. Destroying them. Right? He's a messy eater. Well, when we start to think ketchup is falling on the fries, why would ketchup be falling on the fries if he's eating over? The strangers, or the killers, killed a chicken and hung it from the chandelier, and it's just bleeding. So that right there was the deciding factor of, oh, we need to leave. I missed out on a key thing that I'm just now remembering. They called the owner of the house because something was broken in the fridge. I couldn't remember what, but something was broken in the fridge. So they called the uh, the owner of the house or whatever, the owner of the cabin, called him, and he's on his way, I guess. She left him a message. That was about it. This dude also has the washer and dryer outside of the cabin. Weird setup, but in the layout of this cabin, we don't really get a good like feeling of it. It's not like the Scream house where like you can tell that it's a house. Like this cabin is weird. I can't tell where she's at in the cabin at any point in time. Like I don't know where the living room is compared to the kitchen. It's weird. Anyways, find the chicken, freaking out. Next thing, knocking on the door again. Knocking. Banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Just banging on this door. So, check it out. Is Tamara home? Tamara's not fucking here, or whatever he says. So he chases the girl up the driveway and tells him whatever, little punk kids or whatever. He's sick of it or dumb shit. Something, he's pissed. Well, then it gets wicked. So then the strangers just start like breaking into the house after they like calm down and start talking again. She wants to get married, or well, he wants to get married to her now. She didn't want to get married, but she's kind of having second thoughts of like, maybe we should do it, blah, blah, blah. Unimportant kind of stuff. But then the strangers start breaking into the house. Well, they didn't really break in, they were already in the house. But they locked themselves into a room that only has one exit and a window that's boarded up. One, if this is an Airbnb that is constantly being rented out by tourists that are either stopped here or in other ways need a place to sleep, why is the window in one of the bedrooms boarded up? I don't know. But they get into a chase. They get chased into the bedroom. Bagman has an axe, breaking the door. Besides the point. Well, they decide, we need to get out of here. And this whole big chase scene happens again. They end up in the bathroom somehow, and they end up in a crawl space because it was kind of on an elevated, like floor plan or like an elevated like foundation or something like that. I couldn't remember exactly. Music's playing, music scratches, music's playing. One chick is playing the song that Maya was playing on the piano, which I thought was creepy because it's like, that song. or like the only way you know that song is because I played it. You watched me play it. Then they're under the house. They're crawling in their house, and this cool shot. So they're crawling in the house. She hits a nail. Maya hits a nail. It goes through her hand. She's like making noises. They pull out the nail. She's gasp kind of loud, so it's one of those like, did the killers hear it? Then it pans, like it goes through the floorboard. His crawl space, by the way, is fucking huge. Through the floorboard, and then you see Dollface with a knife. She's dangling a knife, just holding the knife, and then she like stops right where they're at, looks down, looks up, just keeps going. Didn't hear her. My fucking ass. They get out of the crawl space. They go into that like shed cabin house thing that's on this dude's land. Go over there. They, take refuge. But what they don't expect is there's already one of the killers in the house. These people like know where you're at all times. Like, come on. They find a shotgun. Maya almost dies. Ryan finds a shotgun up in the attic. I keep missing major stuff. I'm so sorry. I saw this like a month ago, so I'm gonna like backtrack a little bit. He tripped and dropped his inhaler. Again, a big plot hole. Dropped his inhaler. They also set the bike on fire because he was gonna run and get on the bike, and they were gonna ride away. But they set the bike on fire and blew it up. That Ryan rode because he knows how to ride bikes. They get into the shed, get a shotgun. Now they're creeping back to the house. They're gonna kill these bastards. And then they hear knocking on the door again. Ryan turns the corner like a Call of Duty expert. No questions asked. Pulls the trigger. Kills him instantly. I didn't tell you who he killed. He killed the owner of the cabin. You didn't even ask questions. You've seen what they look like. Come on, dude. Like, the dude doesn't have a mask on. There's only one guy out of the 3 killers. He has a bag on his head. And this was a heavier set guy that he kills. He's a heavier set guy. So how did you not tell the difference? But he's celebrating like he killed him. He's like, I fucking got one. No, you didn't, bud. You didn't get shit. So, find out it's the owner. But he had a satellite phone. So, obviously, they take the phone, they take the keys, they get into the owner's Jeep. And this is where I think it's more or less something that the Strangers have always done, but it's only in The Strangers Prey at Night, where they use a vehicle to stop the victims from running, which is smart. But what isn't smart is what happens when he finds Maya again. So, Maya gets out of the car. Ryan is pinned to the truck. He's pinned to the front of the truck. I wish I had clips to like put in for you guys, but I don't. So it's just me rambling basically. But Maya gets out of the Jeep. He's basically saying his goodbyes in a sense because he's like, I'm going to die. Says his goodbyes. But he's pretty confident that he's going to live. Uses that shotgun of his to then blast his way out of the car, get his leg out, try and kill Bagman, and then Bagman just takes off. I think the other 2 killers took off to go find Maya. But Ryan gets out of the Jeep. In my head, I'm like, dude, just get in the truck. Like, bye, No. Truck's still running, by the way. So they are separated now. So now we go to Maya. Maya finds this like bridge that's broken torn or whatever, hides underneath it, calls 911, and as she's calling 911, they're like, "Sorry, man, we can't hear you. Can you speak up?" In there's one of the killers right above. She's looking at her. Maya is somehow trained in like the art of what like being a sniper, being a marksman. She's trained in that. So she's like looking while talking on the phone. She tells the officer like, "Hey, we're in Venus, Oregon. Blah blah blah. We don't know where we're at. Here's the Airbnb where we were staying. We're being attacked. Blah blah blah." So the killer leaves. She then gets up because she saw that she was laying next to a skeleton. That was a weird thing too. She gets up, leaves, trips, and like fucks up her ankle. Trips, like twists her ankle, and just fucking eats shit. So then Ryan is being chased by Dollface and Baghead, but now he's having an asthma attack because he's running through the woods trying to find his girlfriend. Having an asthma attack, so he takes a water bottle that he sees, pours out the water, twists it, pops it, inhales. Now it's a suspenseful scene because you're hearing him make a bunch of noise, and then you switch to Baghead's point of view, and he's looking around, and then he hears one crinkle, and you're like, and he takes off. So you're thinking like, oh, he's about to turn this corner. Bam! Bagman's there. No. He's not. He finds the remnants of the fucking water bottle. Again, this is the third time we've seen him have an asthma attack. You would think it's a bigger plot hole or a big subplot or character development, whatever it's called, if you showed it in the first 10 minutes of the movie. But you did. And you did nothing with it. It's not something that angers me super duper, but it's something that hits me in the core. Because why would you show it if you ain't gonna do more with it? But I digress. He then finds Dollface. Now, here's another thing that pisses me off. He finds Dollface. He has a loaded shotgun. He puts it up to the back of her head and starts to like tell her and ask her like, "Hey, where's my girlfriend? You know, why are you laughing?" Blah blah blah. The chick's holding the gun to her head. Me, I'm pulling the trigger. I don't care. I'll find her. I'll find my girlfriend eventually. I'll find her. I'll find her. But he takes his sweet old time. Then, blindsided by Baghead. Why'd you take time? Why did you take time? My phone's light is on. So, come on, man. Okay. Sorry about that. But, you took too long. Stop being so slow. I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't. So now, Maya and Ryan are taped, or not taped, they're tied to the two chairs. This is where they die. This is where the couple dies. The movie like built up to this ending. I was kind of upset. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought she did good. I thought I thought she was good enough of a final girl to live. Well, I'm lying to you. She does live, but she gets stabbed in the gut and kicked over. Ryan gets stabbed in the gut, kicked over, and dies instantly. Obviously, after asking Maya to marry him, because that was another thing that was set up, is that they're not married. Been together for 5, going on 6 years or something like that. You didn't pop the question, brother? I digress again. I'm not nitpicky. I make jokes. It was a good movie, really good. But the cops get there as the killers are pulling out, and the credits scene, the before credits scene, is Maya laying in a hospital bed. She survived. And then to be continued. Is she going to go after him? Is she going to know what happened? Is she going to think it's all a dream? What is she going to do? Guess we'll have to wait and find out for chapter 2, which we don't have a release date for, but I heard that there was supposed to be 3 movies coming out this year of that movie. I've heard nothing yet. But if I had to give the movie a rating out of 10, I'd have to probably give it a 5 out of 10. It's not good. It's not bad. I'd see it again. It's a good horror movie if you want like a pretty simplistic horror movie. If you're a fan of just creepy people and home robbery and all that, it's pretty cool. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the movie, it tells you that like every like 7 seconds there's a robbery or something like that, or it comes up with like a estimate of certain amount of time there's so and so home like invasions and killings, and then it says since reading this 7 have happened, and I'm like, oh, and we're only like a minute into the movie. Why start that? Why would you have that at the beginning of the movie? What? But overall, Strangers Chapter 1 was a good movie. That's what Trover gives it, a 5 out of 10. If you disagree with my review, remember it is strictly my opinion, but I would love to hear your opinion in the comments. And leave some movie suggestions that I should watch or do a review on. I would love to review a movie you guys suggest. Other than that, that's all I got for today. But I'm going to try and do this consistently. I don't know when the next upload will be. I don't know what the next movie will be. Could be a Marvel movie. Could be a horror movie. If I don't have a movie picked, or if I don't have a movie picked in my head, I'm going to spin a wheel of movies that are on streaming services, watch them, do a review on them, get them out to you guys. But that's another file closed on the Trover Files. Intro and outro are work in progress. So, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave a comment down below of a movie you want me to review, or just your opinion on this movie. If you haven't seen it, I suggest go see it. So, but either which way, I'm going to get out of this cabin before there's a knock on the door. Because I'm not trying to die. But, yeah. Make sure you guys put out that fire before you guys leave, right? All right, sweet. Thanks. And if anybody asks, Tamara is home. Bye.